What's up, multiverse lovers? I am back with another video, and today we are going to be ranking my top 50 Marvel movies, or I should say MCU movies and shows in order. Yeah, let me tell you what's going to be going on in this video. Hold on, I'm watching Modern Family, by the way. I'm about to turn this down. But anyway, these shows are not going to be, or there are going to be certain things that are not going to be added, like Daredevil, just any the Defenders shows, and that Guardians of the Galaxy short is not going to be in there, but it is going to be at the very top. But it's just not going to be in there just because it's not really that important or anything. Just movies and shows. That's really it. And yeah, and some of them might be controversial, so y'all can tell me your opinions and where would you rank them. And this is going to be a series. I'm going to have like a 4-episode series. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, we're going to start off at number 50. And this show was really bad because it was too much. It was just too much. They were making jokes about different things. There wasn't really much action, so I guess I could say that. And yeah, so let's talk about She-Hulk. So why was this movie, or why was the show so bad, is because of the jokes that she made about Marvel. And the thing about Kevin and the MCU universe, it almost looked like it was a joke. And the action part, the action to this show wasn't really much action. It was almost like a regular show, and it's literally the same thing with Wonder Man. It's almost like a regular show, but at the same time, there's still stuff going on because to be honest, Wonder Man is above She-Hulk. And yeah, and to be honest, She-Hulk I don't know how good She-Hulk was in the comics. I don't really read the comics, but I'm starting to, because I recently finished Secret Wars. And yeah, I don't know how good She-Hulk is, but I bet she wasn't really like that. But she breaks the fourth wall, but she doesn't. But when Deadpool does it, it's kind of more funny. But he doesn't really make the MCU a big like a fat joke. But she made it into like a fat joke. So yeah, 49 is a show that we really didn't care about. I didn't know it was a show, and this is a character that we really didn't care about, and they decided to make a show about it just because. And that is Echo. I think Echo is a villain in the Hawkeye series, in this Hawkeye Disney Plus show, and it wasn't really that important. Like, there wasn't really much going on, and this was in the multiverse saga, or I should say, this is in the multiverse saga, and it wasn't really important. Like, we just really need stuff that is important into the multiverse saga. So really, Echo was like I should say like a side character or I should say she was working for Kingpin, and then now she's trying to figure out some stuff on her own. And I really can't remember this because I wasn't really paying attention when I was trying to do this MCU timeline. Yeah, that's really it. Number 48 is another Disney show that I was actually ready for, and sadly they made it. And sadly, when they made it, I was really disappointed. And that is Secret Invasion. So what is Secret Invasion about? So in the comics, and I do remember hearing stories about Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion was a comic book storyline that revolves around different superheroes. Just started to change into Skrulls, or no, it was Skrulls invading Marvel, and they were trying to take over like Spider-Man, Captain America. I think they were trying to take over Iron Man and Thor. later they started to become scrolls. And I don't know if Nick Fury was really important into that comic book story, but he was important to this show is because the scrolls were a part of the MCU. And yeah. So to be honest, what they could have done was a Thunderbolt. If they had this in Thunderbolts or in any other Avengers, or any other Avengers, or just a different movie that we would care about, and then put that same concept in this movie. So yeah, that's what they could have done. But however, they just turned it into garbage. Number 47 is a movie that was, I guess you could say, a risk worth taking. And to be honest, I agree with that. But this movie was actually disappointing because I was really, really ready to watch that movie when the trailers was out. And then when I watched it in the theaters, I thought they were going to talk about some multiverse stuff. I thought they were going to talk about, I thought they were going to show like a good origin story. I don't know. I just don't remember this movie at all. Even I literally just watched this movie for the MCU timeline, and I don't really remember it. And it's Eternals, but let's talk about Eternals. So we don't really know who the Eternals. We don't know who the Eternals are. So they tried to put a movie out, and that's how we actually started to care about them. And then when the movie came out, they became one of the most hated. When the movie came out, they became one of the most hated teams ever. Oh yeah, I should tell you like what's good about that. Well, or what they could have done or something, because I kind of did that with my last picks. But one thing I really do like about the movie was the extra what is it, like a celestial? Yeah, a celestial, like Galactus. But he was really, really big, and that is actually cool. But anyway, this whole movie wasn't really good. I really didn't get any of the Titan Hero action figures because I actually do collect them, and yeah, it wasn't really that good. Okay, we're at 46 now. Now this is another MCU show or Disney show. Man, okay, I really didn't care about this show at all because here's something I did during my MCU timeline. When I was trying to complete the whole MCU timeline. One, I went to sleep watching Ironheart. Two, they tried to replace Iron Man. Three, she wasn't really interesting. She wasn't. So that's why I really went to sleep. That's why I really didn't care about this show. However, I do think she could be part of the Young Avengers, and I think she would be interesting in that Young Avengers faction. It's almost like Thor. So it's almost like Thor. Thor's movies are like kind of controversial. But I will say, like a lot of people. Well, let me tell you more about the Thor movies. Those Thor movies are like okay. Some of them are bad. I guess you can say that. But when he's in the Avengers, he's a lot more interesting. And I think that's what they can do with Ironheart. So that's like my good. And then let's just say what's good about that. Well, I already said what's good about that. Now I could have put this show below Ironheart because how Ironheart is trying to be used, but Moon Knight has to be. But I feel like Moon Knight is a little bit better than Ironheart because I actually watched the show and it was actually bad, but it was still better than Ironheart. So Moon Knight is a controversial one. I heard a lot of people didn't like it. I heard a lot of people liked it, but to me, I didn't like it because cause like it really didn't make sense. Like I don't know if they were trying to create. I don't know if like what was the whole setting. I don't know. I just didn't really get it. And yeah, I really don't know what to say, but I was kind of interested. I was kind of interested in this movie because I knew who Moon Knight was, but I did. So I get to. So another thing, once again, I don't read comics, so I feel like I could at least learn more about Moon Knight and what's his origin story and everything. And it was good, but I just didn't really care about this. I haven't watched it. So when I was trying to do the MCU timeline, when I was trying to watch the whole MCU timeline, I really didn't. I haven't seen this show since I finished it. When it, or actually when it came out, 44. Okay, I'm trying to keep calm about this movie because how they made the biggest, like one of the best superheroes in the MCU and probably in comic book history, or probably in Marvel history. They kind of turned this big superhero into a joke, and the movie was super bad. Out of the the four movie series. I forgot how to say the name, but it's Thor, Thor: Love and Thunder. So what? Wait, was it quadrilogy? Quadrilogy? I think that's how you say it. Because me and my mom were just talking about that. But anyway, Thor: Love and Thunder was a bad movie because how they're trying to because they were trying to get some inspiration out of Thor Ragnarok, which was a good movie, but I heard a lot of people didn't like it because it was because of the jokes. So they try to take the jokes out, and then they put it into Love and Thunder. At the most serious times, they were still at serious times they just kept adding like screaming goats. I thought the screaming goats was good in the first part, but until they started adding them over and over again, and then start having jokes all over it. I was like, nah, it wasn't really that good. And it was the weakest out of the Thor quadrilogy. Okay, so I have two movies that are tied, and that is 42 and 40, or 43 and 42, and that is the Marvels and Captain Marvel. So let me tell you guys about the Marvels. The Marvels was I guess you guys can say it was better than Captain Marvel. So really, Marvels was a movie, and I heard a lot of people would put Marvels below Eternals, but I think it was better than Eternals only because of the end credits. Because the end credits had the Young Avengers, and or no, it wasn't in the no, it was the ending. It was the ending that had the Young Avengers trying to assemble themselves with Kamala Khan and Kate Bishop. Meanwhile, and another thing, for the end credits, they had Beast. Monica was trapped and she saw her mom, and then Beast came out. That is actually, to me honest, that was actually cool. So that's what made it better than Eternals a little bit. And then Captain Marvel, a lot of people didn't like it because of the what is it? The 90s because of the 90s jokes that they were talking about. Or no, 90s references and everything. And really, I remember falling asleep. I remember falling asleep in the theaters to Captain Marvel when I was watching Captain Marvel. But anyway, I really didn't care about this. Well, I cared, but I really didn't care. Like, she didn't really have to be in this. Bro, hold on. Whoa. I'm still watching Modern Family, and I'm seeing Cam and Mitchell naked for some reason. I don't know. Okay, so this will be the last one of the video, and number 41 has to go to Thor: Dark World. Now, this one is actually better than Love and Thunder, but however, Love and Thunder is more memorable than Thor: Dark World, and that is actually crazy. I told you guys, like the Thor movies are controversial. They're also bad at the same. They're controversial. Some of them you may like, some of them are not. And then another thing, what I said about Thor is that he's more interesting in Avengers than his movies, than in his own movies. So Thor: Dark World. Let me tell you things. Let me tell you like one good thing about this movie, or all right, let me tell you something about this movie. I guess you could say that it was still more mythology, or that's a word, mythology, or myth. I should no, it's a mythical still. It was what else? I guess you could say it was, like I said, it's better than Love and Thunder, and I guess you could say that, and it's really, I really don't remember nothing from this movie. That's why Love and Thunder is more memorable than Thor: Dark World. But however, I think Dark World is better than Love and Thunder. Okay, y'all, I am done for the day. I think I will see you guys next week for part 2 of this video. So make sure you guys leave appropriate comments down below. Give this video a like, subscribe to Multiverse Lovers, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.